Hello everyone, my name is KK and today I'm gonna give you 8 different strategies on how to beat Sanctuary Chimps. Let's freaking begin. But before this, smash the like button right now and subscribe so that we can get over this and start the freaking video. Let's go. So guys, recently Ninja released the Sanctuary map. It's moderately difficult expert map, which I would rate at 6 out of 10 among the other expert maps. Many people already black bordered this map, many among the very best, let's put it this way. And we have quite a few strategies to play with on this Chimps playthrough. And today we are gonna take a look at 8 of them. We also will take a look at the failed attempts and what can we learn from them so that you can black border it as quickly as possible. But first, let's begin with how you enter the early game and pretty much every strategy. There are 2 main ways, but one of them is unreliable and the other is reliable, which we will see right now. So let's begin. The start I'm talking about is 5 dart monkeys. We begin with the 3 dart monkeys. So the side dart monkey spots are not as essential. You don't need to have the pixel perfect placement. However, the center one, you should focus on this one quite a bit, because if you miss it by a few pixels to the left, to the right, or to the top, you're gonna lose, because this perfect spot allows us to snipe the balloons on round 7 with the longer range. If you don't have this spot, you will lose. So we placed 3 dart monkeys, we upgraded the center one to the longer range, and for round 8 we placed the 4th dart monkey to the left, and we put both of our initial side monkeys to the strong. On round 8 we're gonna add another monkey to the right island. So now we have exactly 5 dart monkeys. Each monkey serves its own purpose, as you can see. So the right side monkey serves the purpose of sniping 2 balloons, and on round 10, for example, the left monkeys, both of them, must be able to pop the balloons, because if you misplace the second dart monkey on the left island, it won't be able to shoot the balloons on this round. And on round 10, you go into the submarine. Submarine needs to be placed as close to the left as possible, and you also need to put it as down in this tiny pond as possible, so that it reaches the track even without 100 upgrade. And we pretty much almost done. This is a very reliable strategy to begin the game. After that, you are gonna place the sniper. Regardless of where you choose to place him, I usually place him in the bottom right island. You put him on strong, and sniper is essential because in case your dart monkeys and submarine miss a few balloons or 1 balloon, you just change the firing priority of sniper on first. Thus, you are gonna clear all the balloons that might sneak by. Next, you upgrade the submarine to the advanced intel. This increases sub's range to the range of all other monkeys in the game. So technically, you are allowing your submarine to pop all the balloons to the side of your map because of the dart monkeys we placed initially. So it's all tied back to each other, and the towers interact in the smart way. And on round 18, we place our hero, be it Etienne or any other hero, but for this map I would recommend using Etienne or PSI. So, and since they have the similar price, you just put them there and you let them level up, and then you can choose any strategy. Usually we upgrade the airburst darts and then triple gun, alga buff it, and we complete the round 40. But from this point on, the strategies differ. And this is where it gets interesting. So the main strategy that people chose for this map, and the easiest one to do black border with, is perma spike strategy. You basically, the key premise is that you have some damage towers, and then by round 80 or so you place the perma spike, and then you use the perma spikes to pop the DDTs and bat on round 100. It's as simple as that. Let's freaking begin. We'll begin with the juicy ones. Communist Orange. completed this map on chimps with Adora. Adora is not the best hero for chimps. Keep this in mind, because Adora doesn't have camo detection. Adora is pretty bad against the blimps with the base damage. Adora, even despite having the really high DPS, the hero is not the best for this one. Also, moderately high price is a handicap. But the good thing about Adora is that you can sacrifice the towers and you will have enough space on this map all the time. So, what he did is he played without Permaspike, and he played in the challenge editor with Adora and Sky Shredder. Sky Shredder is really strong. However, let's go over the key points in this strategy. So as you can see, the main DPS is of course the Sky Shredder and Adora, because Adora is really powerful on level 20 and she reaches level 20 by round 100, as you can see. Communist Orange told me that he began the game with the same strategy that I showed you just recently. So you can also replace this up with another sniper, but it's riskier. But he can do whatever he wants because he can sacrifice towers with Adora. Then he placed most likely he placed the ace and the game has started. But the difficult part is to save up enough cash for the Sky Shredder, because this is a really expensive tower that costs $43,000. He most likely used the helicopter to downcraft to blow the balloons back, and this is a pretty straightforward one, except it's really difficult to pull off because you need to ace micro. Ace micro is one of the most annoying things in this game, and most new players don't even know what it is. Basically, you change the targeting priority of Monkey Ace in mid-air. This causes the ace to be circling in one spot, and when ace circles over the balloons, it is where he deals the most damage. So you want to do this ace micro all the time when you have the balloons around it, so that you can basically deal maximum damage. And also here we can see the Boomerang Monkeys, Mortar Monkey that defortifies the balloons all the way up to BFBs, and the Carpet of Spikes to deal the damage to the bat. Also, Communist Orange told me that it was quite a challenge to complete round 100 specifically. He spent quite a while on figuring this out, but he was able to pull this off, and we can applaud him. The next one is also the Flex version, FRDS, the guy who completed this challenge in the first freaking day. He used the reactor and Churchill. Most players don't even know about this strategy. It's pretty bonkers and it's kind of funny. So the main DPS tower here is Churchill. It is hero, and it is possible to save up for the Churchill with the start I showed you, but you're not even gonna need that much more defense. You're gonna need to upgrade twin guns before affording the hero, and you will be able to afford it. So it's not that difficult. Main DPS is Churchill, and also, as you can see, FRDS had the sniper in the bottom center island. You can see 3 snipers, Alchemist, Dirtling Gunner and Engineer. So this is kind of a difficult version of this Black Border because you need to micro a lot. You won't need to micro Churchill or the preemptive strike, but still you can see that he used the Rocket Storm, that he overclocked a lot Churchill's abilities. He had the Sabotage, and also for the extra damage to the blimps, FRDS used the Spike Factory. For those who don't know, Spike Factory is a really good option. 2 options that are potent against the bad balloon and that are relatively cheap is Carpet of Spikes 1-0, 1-4-0 or 2-4-0, depending on if you want to do the damage to the DTs, and the Preemptive Strike 0-4-0. The more expensive versions are Moab Eliminator, it is 050 Canon, and the MAD, the best version. So here you can see, I can imagine that it was quite a struggle, but the key point is that Energizer, I mistake him with Reactor. So Energizer is tier 5 reactors up. Energizer allows you to use the abilities much more frequently for all the towers that are in range. So we have the much quicker recovery of Churchill's abilities and the preemptive strike, which allows you to spam those abilities basically. And this is the key point about this one. We can see double sabotage because you need the sabotage for the DDTs and for the round 98. The next one, Secretary. And this is the last strategy where we go over the flexing, because next one is going to be the real strategies that you will be able to use, and I will link the videos with them. So Secretary also used Churchill, and he also did, I'm not sure if this is, no, it's not the Axis of Havoc, but it's really similar. As you can see in the bottom right, he flexed and he got the tier 4 top and middle path and tier 5 of the right path. Or I'm pretty sure these are not tier 5s except the Elite Defender. Okay, and his main DPS was the Churchill. He began with the Submarine and the Dirt Monkeys just as we did, and it's pretty simple to understand after the previous one. And he also used the Spike Factory. Okay, now let's begin. So the first guy who ever created the strategy for champs that is reliable, it was the JG466. I'm pretty sure it's a Korean player, and he posted his strategy I think 4 hours after this map was created and posted to the update. So this is the strategy with Etienne. As I told you, Etienne and PSI are the best heroes for this champs mode. He began with the with the 5 Dirt Monkeys as we did, and here he used the Etienne. Etienne is amazing hero in general, but he's becoming really powerful in Chimps mode, because you get the permanent UCAF, which deals damage to the ceramics that just come out from the blimps, and this way you can not waste the perma spikes that are piling up in the center of this map. So you begin the same way, then you upgrade the Submarine to the tier 4. After that you save up for the Spike Factory, and you go straight into the Aircraft Carrier. After that you just add a few support towers. You already seen all of those. I explained all of them, so you can just mention the mortar, this is the defortifying mortar, the sabotage, the Spike Factory. Also he used the unstable concoction, which is amazing, and he used much fewer boomerang monkeys and the perma spike, of course. Let's go to the next one, Spiffy. Spiffy was the first one who posted his version of this strategy to the YouTube, and congrats to this guy, that's a great thing. So Spiffy used pretty much the same strategy but with PSI. From this point on, the strategies are gonna be very similar because it's just how it is. So look, you don't see much difference with the PSI and Etienne. It's just slightly different with their abilities. So you begin the game the same way, and then you slowly go further and further. But Spiffy's is a bit different. As you can see, he chose not the Aircraft Carrier, but the Sub Commander, which is slightly worse. Because look, first, Aircraft Carrier out DPSs the Sub Commander after a few nerfs in the last 3 patches or so, when they nerfed Sub Commander by 25%. Next, Sub Commander is rangeless while the Aircraft Carrier is rangeless, and his tiny planes can shoot whenever and wherever, while the Sub Commander has its range. And on this particular map, it's worse because it cannot shoot in the middle of the map. Okay. He used the Unstable Concoction, the Glue Gunners, and 4 Boomerang Monkeys.
Nice.
The placement of Boomerang Monkeys is also quite interesting. I wouldn't say it's the best because, as you can see, there are a lot of Boomerang Monkeys and Alchemist cannot buff enough towers, and you lose damage on the additional damage on your main DPS towers, such as the armor-piercing darts and the subcom. However, what Spiffy did differently, he added the overclock, which is a very good touch, and I recommend you to do this because I tried to complete the game without overclock. It is definitely possible because the previous game showed us this, but it's kinda harsh, and with overclock you're gonna produce much more perma spikes and you will be safer, trust me on this one. I experienced it firsthand. And he also had double spikes. Double carpet of spikes. It's alright, but kinda too expensive. Okay, and of course it's moderately easy, and this is the end, I'm pretty sure, pre-round 100, because he has quite a lot of spikes. Okay, the next one is gonna be No Name, because this is a very similar strategy, but here we don't use the perma spike. This one is a bit more risky. As you can see, we have the Etienne, almost the same loadout, but we also have the Apache Prime. Apache Prime is really good, but his weakness is DDTs. But with Etienne, you can destroy all the DDTs if you have the Sabotage using UCAF on level 20. So it's not that big of a deal, and this way you deal quite a lot of damage to the bat. But I still see how you can struggle with this one if you don't pop the bat in time. However, overall strategy is really good. We might add the Unstable Concoction, but as you can see, judging by the money, this was a very close fit in terms of cash, and he afforded the Preemptive Strike right in time. I'm pretty sure the Preemptive Strike was afforded in the very end of the game. Also, Overclock is available for the Apache Prime, and it's looking kinda interesting, and I appreciate the effort the no-name player put in to play with the Apache, and this is not the only player who chose this strategy. Now let's go to the last attempt, and it is also a variation of perma spike strategy, but it's slightly different. This one is made by my subscriber called Zoxin. So let's see, we have the Sun Avatar and perma spike. This is the most let's say classic strategy that we use for chimps. We can use this strategy for most of the maps, and it's remarkably good. For example, we black bordered Mesa with this strategy. We black bordered the Workshop with this one. We can black border the not the X Factor, but we could do something on the Pets Pond. We can do a lot of stuff. Cargo is the map for this one. So it's a very, very solid strategy. As you can see, so he began the game with 2 triple darts. He didn't spend 3.2k on upgrading them to the armor piercing darts. Instead, he prioritized the different upgrades. This strategy is slightly different. Why? Look in the bottom right corner. Here we have the main Moab, I'm pretty sure the name of this upgrade. The gist is that this sniper stuns the blimps, and he can stun the Zombie in one place, and you put him on last, and you can generate enough uptime for your spike factory to generate enough spikes even without the overclock. But he still bought the overclocks, which is also a good thing. He placed the PSI in the bottom right corner, which is unideal, because usually you want to use his stunning ability on level 3, but he relied solely on level 10 ability and the might of the Sun Avatar. This is the out-of-the-box thinking, I would say. So, the Boomerang Monkeys, there are quite a lot of them, 5 Boomerang Monkeys. And what is the difference between 204 and 024 Boomerang Monkeys? And which one is better? 204 is better. just so you know. Because they are almost the same, but there is a slight difference. 204 deals more damage. That's just the gist of it. Okay, he wasn't able to he was able to afford the Carpet of Spikes. And okay, the main DPS is the Sun Avatar, and basically what you're okay, I would also add the Downcraft here. Downcraft would be amazing. So if we change the location of this engineer to the top left island and put the Downcraft here, it would save quite a lot of spikes. So pretty much every strategy can be improved on if we take a look at it later. Okay, so Sun Avatar is being overclocked most of the time until round 85 or so. And then when you afford the Permaspike, you begin to overclock the Permaspike. And now one of the most important parts of this video, how to place perfectly the Permaspike and just the spike factor in general. So I have the screenshot with the zoomed in version, the perfect way on how to place this spike factory. Look closely right now. So, because you're gonna use the spike factory to black border this, why not learn how to do it perfectly? You have only one perfect spot in the bottom center island where you can place your spike factory. You begin with placing the monkey village in the bottom section of this tiny island. Then you place the spike factory exactly where I did. Here we see the helicopter, but I used this helicopter in order to show you the tiles where we place the spike factory and do not put there the alchemist. So this helicopter has alchemist inside of it. Just ignore it. Look, here you need to leave like a few inches, no, a few centimeters between the left tiles, and you place the yellow, let's call it nugget of this factory right on top of this tile intersection. So just take a look. You can have the screenshot in our Discord server if you want to. So feel free to join, and you just place it exactly in this spot. If you are playing on the PC, decrease your mouse sensitivity so that you can fit it exactly right in. And then you place the alchemist, as you could have seen on our previous screenshots, right beside the spike factory. And also, you're gonna need 401 alchemist, because in this location, the spike factory is gonna shoot the spikes exactly in between of 4 different paths, as you can see, and it is what we're looking for. The 401 alchemist. Why this specific loadout? So tier 4 on the first lane is just increasing the range enough so that you can allow the spike factory to send his spikes in the middle, and also it allows the spikes to pop the DDTs. Also, the village increases the range of the spike factory together with the alchemist. And you wanna upgrade the faster shooting to double the speed of alch buffing. And then you get the perfect placement for this tower. Oof, this was kinda rough. And now let's finish this one with my failed attempts. They are pretty interesting to take a look at. So, first one, we thought, why not try the Prince of Darkness strategy? Prince of Darkness is very OP, but as you can see, I wasn't able to actually do this correctly because I couldn't manage to afford the Apache Prime, and the main problem was round 100. I wasn't able to destroy the bad balloon layer at all. As you can see, I didn't have enough cash for the preemptive strike, and we had the regular Apache, which is not as strong. We had the boomerang monkeys, which deal good damage to the Zoomai, but they don't deal pretty much anything to the bad balloons. And the only damage towers we had here was the Elite Defender in the top side, the Prince of Darkness, which has bad damage against bad balloons, and we had the Carpet of Spikes and the Apache, which deals mediocre damage. So we didn't have any good anti-bad towers except the Carpet of Spikes, but one Carpet of Spikes is just not enough, unfortunately. But Prince of Darkness run was fun. You can use this strategy you are seeing right now in any game mode except the half cash and champs mode, because Prince of Darkness is really solid, and you're gonna have more cash and the Impoppable than you have end champs. And the other failed attempt was my take on the first strategy of JG466. I just couldn't manage to get enough spikes most of the time, so I'm pretty sure I was able to complete it up to round 100 3 times, but I lost too many spikes in 2 of the 3 runs, so I don't recommend this one if you because in this strategy you don't have overclock, and you need to be really good against the blimps around 96 and 98, because you're gonna need to micro your helicopter and micro your abilities correctly to have at least 15 to 20 perma spikes in the middle of your ending intersection. Okay, so this was quite a lot of information, but the main thing is the early game and the placement of your spike factory. There are plenty of videos on the YouTube right now on how to do this. I explained you how and why, and now you can just go and do and black border your freaking Sanctuary champs. Okay guys, press the like or dislike button right now depending on what you think about this video, and see ya in the next one.